Nigeria, we are coming home with victory. We need prayers. Greetings to Mr. Ket Okeku, GFA President. Daniel Osei, Ghana 2. Don Donald the exhibit, Ghana all the way. Other messages, na yeko PSA Kachiri Bossman ho. Na for the Raman on it. Obape. Na fi ensem na wo nyina no yehwe ade aguo ade amam ene enkomo na yebedi no efa Black Stars game eba so na anwumre 5 p.m. pepepe ye ne the Green Super Eagles of Nigeria ade Asia na see the Super Eagles of Nigeria ade Asia ni no ehun nsem kwa na abeti wo dwumadi nso ye wo former players of the Black Stars a yebeto mo kan wo dwumadi nso ye hwe ni mu se ebenya hogwo ewo ye studio ha ye ne bedi nkomo enne anopai afa Black Stars game no etine show no bossman yo said yes I no you were former players of the Black Stars
okay
be joining a show via Zoom.
Fantastic.
So to the mechanasi.
Fantastic one.
Nti omo be join say ye ba be interview mamako.
There we.
Omo join throughout the whole show.
Fantastic. Now omo so contribution.
Omo the panel.
Okay.
Zakito Ricky Siasia and Afi Hariwa. Aha, na afi ye baby ensem. Nti your former players of the Black Stars omo bo Black Stars kura wi enche kura.
Oh okay.
Nti ye kan ne Black Stars no munimu. And ye wo former players so omo bo Black Stars ache.
Tetefo no.
Munim said the Ghana and Nigeria society.
Okay.
Nti bibia pese wo fa match no ho bia no Oyerepa 100.7.
Message radio
Oyerepa Sports.
Okay.
On Facebook and I say Oyerepa Radio on Facebook. The be say ebiema wo like it. No wa share ma unia hwebi. Na for do comment aba. And at Oyerepa Sports on Twitter. Also bit media for SMS and WhatsApp do 0241 915555. Curtis Edujemfi or Ghana all the way. Bossman Yanko.
Yama busuafo nyina chen anopai emra Oyerepa 100.7 Sanso ana Oyerepa TV wane guso a wo hwe na tententen anopai sade ye di kan de ensem nyina to jana okoso na the messages ahodo ni nyina hanso atimanya ba ye betime aba be kenkan ni nyina ene anopai de amane ehun sade ni nyina hanso ebesi akwakwa ye bebomoten na yawura mo ene anopai no sade niama ne doso no ye nhyada nche ewa amananisa hose yetimi wura mo kakra Niama wodo ekoso nkofo nkroso na nsakra no ne yetimi abafie ya ba bedin komo ahodo ni nyina enti shanenson se onso bebo modern the messages awodo no atumi aba ya be qualifiers ni mo de ekoso ewo ayempo no South America Asia ene abibrem other games ano nso bebo modern hanso atimanya awura nyina no ya didi ho enkomo ediama anopen no yemfa na ase ne bi ema Dr. Mensa Herbal Center anase Dr. Mensa Herbal Clinic komatama homaso yemo hema ye de ayama na ninsama wodo no hanso atimenya de bro Dr. Mensa se anka nche say or semen correctment herbal powder no a boost immune system na saboa for retentive memory sanso na semen co capsules no eye koko nyina pepo moten enso atimenya tuni nyina se de aman semen ya black powder eye for detoxification herbal reduce cholesterol hanso woni padua no de ama semen man power capsules eye memedro for male sexual vitality and also atime popo aduma ye dikadika hanso etimi enya tema apomoten na waje Dr. Mensa no nyina bi hanso etimi anonom na apomoten aye nipadua no adwuma ye wase stroke hepatitis B hypertension infertility awona up asthma STI area no na ha prostate diabetes waist pains menstrual disorder kidney problems obapomoten no afre 0271173551 0245958768 to Dr. Mensa obapomoten eno edin komana piano hanso etimi akoye kama hete ama ye fitin samina se no pay and free South America games awodoa and also papa moten hetimi anya totoja 11:30 and a games in nyina eba so we last round of games ebeba so ewo South America abusuafo ye betimi ahye table na 17 no said ye besi akwakoye ye mfantu chose Bolivia homo ene Brazil de pempem so ewo World Cup qualification game eba so no eko de ama eba Aquino wono ene kwakodi sa game Bolivia Bolivia homene Brazil hanso bebo moden ade apempem so no ata big game etocha no Chile homo ene Uruguay and homo so ede boani San Carlos de Apoquinto ko ede ama refria ono efri Argentina ono ede Patricio Lostao ono na kwa kodi sa game no Ecuador homene Argentina hanso betimanya de apempem so what the game is gonna be koso estadio Monumental Banco wana game no etocha Rafael Claus kwa kodi ama biano so atimanya koso Peru ene Paraguay airport tin 11:30 krona no Stadio Nacional Fernando Rapanili wano kwa kodi na Venezuela ne Colombia da Rastata sanso atimanya de abani enso 11:30 krona Walton Pereira San Paulo wano every Brazil wano so kwa kosa toire ama ta game no enso atimi akoso a eno come ball games a eno ebomo moten atoja ne de wansam no enso atimanya de abro na Brazil edikan after almost 16 games a omo abomoden abono omo 42 points Argentina etosum you know 38 points omo so about 16 ayempono matches when yemfan to jano pay sa Brazil any Argentina 1 million no omo qualified data World Cup numa omo chain draw no na se bibia no ebomoden akoso aka countries mako naya Amonso hebetimi ajepeni akwa kaobe Ecuador that third position 25 points Samsung Uruguay and that fourth position Amonso 25 points and atenga bayira tenga emu bayire ye pa come ball ha ya don't something in no peno hanso etimanya diama muremo Asia yan fan to just say Rwanda Lebanon airport Syria homini Iraq abapo Samsung UAE homoni South Korea had a pempem so group no Japan Vietnam 35 ya enche game so Oman and China bebo Saudi Arabia and Australia and so betime anya dia pempem so aningina no World Cup qualification games no so no ne pomatan to wonsam ningina and so ede ato wanem ne beba bibrem ha ne aba ba hwe bibrem games no sadia no so ebesi akwakoye esansa na nwumre ne mpa ningina henkotojo nyina nkofom na akra nyina nyankwa na wobibia nyere ne homma mpa sa Ghana hemmomaden qualify en Rome World Cup abra ne Nigeria ede pempem so shoot Abiola National Stadium Abuja and anumere eko ede Amasadok Salmi wano eko akojina mo asatwa yire first leg no eko koye 0-0 entiane no num pepe Ghana came no hanso betimanya toja ya the live commentary hanso betimanya dia bra baba isa the sports lawyer akwa mo e Nigeria ono so pomoden hanso toto niama na watene nka no pay e wo dwumade ne so 5 p.m. krona no Teranga Lions of Senegal Homone Pharaohs of Egypt de pempem so e Stad me Abdoulaye Wade Senegal kromo ko Ediama Mustafa Gopal wano ekwa kodi sa game no first leg ne de utumu say yes and yama koye hedema Egypt amopa maden ehye Senegal bako a wamo antintia ni bere wo game ni mo papa ene enwumre Algeria wamo so etena fie Stad Mustafa Tacha bleeder na wamo ene pono Cameroon Indomitable Lions of Cameroon hanso etimanya de abani ko Ediama Papa Bakari Gassama wano ene ekwa kodi sa game no Morocco homo any DR Congo game no 7:30 Stade Mohammed V Stadium Pacific in Dabi Hawaminana wono ene kwakoti sa game hanonso betimanya baso no na last game ne Tunisia homo ene Mali hanso etimi ede abani Stade Hamadi Akrebi ano eko ede ama Maget Ndiaye wono be kan wo AFCON mo hanonso babepo atwanti we African qualifying games akoto a hanonso baba modern akoso no na abusuafo no peno ya bomodern de wonsem ne pi hede ato wanim ewo dwumade no so na wonim se yemfa to just World Cup qualification games ni nyina no ene ye final day ade amatches ni nyina henso ekoso yemfa to wanim sa draw no ade games ni nyina wi a ya shane mu sa nyame pa 1st of April na draw no enso ebekoso eno ye fiada ebe ya as a Ghana etimi qualify dia ye be bomodern hunu group kra ye kwa akodem na ya boaboa ye ho on the 21st of November say ade FIFA World Cup no henso betimi afiti ase ewo Qatar na bia no etimi akoso Daniel Joda hiti first game no henso betimi anya toja ewo Albaita Stadium ewo Accra ewo na game no bekoso stadium no 60,000 capacity no eno so betimi anya rama ye hwe ne mo se bibia no be dadana kwamo nyame pa Friday na yanguno group a yanso betimi anya akopia mo oto so ewo nsensama wodo a ano so etimi pop party a yemfa toja se ewo Italy ani Argentina homo game a yato to din ɛyɛ finalissima 2022 no na ɛsɛ comeball ɛne UEFA mo gyegye yɛ mienu no ɛna ɔmatimi akɔtena ase agye atom ɛyɛ agreement sɛ wɔn mienu no ɛbɛbɔ ɛyɛ finals or the final game a ɛno ɛbɛkɔ so na deɛ ba ɛnso ɛne sɛ ɛyɛ ade a Wembley ɛna game no ɛbɛtumi anya akɔtogya mpanyinfoɔ kyɛm a ticket ne nyinaa ɛnso ayɛ ready na ticket ne ready a ɛno nso atumi anya ayɛ no ɛyɛ 36,000 ɛna mpanyinfoɔ kyɛm a wɔn nso ɛgye mu category 1 no ɛyɛ 55 pounds na ɛsɛ equivalent to 66 euros. Category 2 ɛyɛ 40 pounds which is equivalent to 48 euros ɛna ɛyɛ category 3 ɛyɛ 25 pounds ɛyɛ equivalent to 30 euros ne nyinaa mu no ɛyɛ ade a yɛmfa tutwa sɛ disabled persons anaasɛ disabled spectators no wɔn nso bɛtua 25 pounds na ɛpia na wɔn nso atumi anya Japan ɛde akɔ akɔwura mu yɛwɔ ticket plus ɛwɔ hɔ nom na ɛsɛ no ɛhyɛ da akɔ akɔyɛ the special ɛyɛ VVIP saafo ne nyinaa ɛbɛbɔ mmɔden atua 99 pounds equivalent to 119 euros. No more no the woman and say Omo ewa access to a Wembley club level. Omo ewa a premium launcher. Omo ewa complimentary drink. Asade kaho. Omo wa access to a yampono. Omo pay bar or any food facilities. And also on Intiano. Hey Argentina any a Italy gamer. Yame pa first June and also bet menya basono. And I don't want something na. And so at me at dia brani. Yamra bibrema kakra. Ni jumason kakra ni anshe amananin samna. Kakra and also at me pop up and nansa na mamen kai. Say a dia quick credit and investment micro credit limited catch out say oh baba ya juma who here sika dia start up business who here emergency loan oh ya ban juma ni oh per salary loan e dia di juma so working capital loan who here meswe wanta fa wani chemo e quick credit no mo nso ntime mo omo emma sika ne bi omo sika sam no bibia data na kwama flexible terms and omo hanso betimi ne wo akwa eno no collateral sem bia nim susu sem bia nim savings sem bia nim oh promoting na what ayempo no wo Ghana card and so manya kwa kopimo quick credit for so ye for forms and international kasa and our so betimi no waka from it was 03 02 200 390 03 02 200 390 and 0596 920 833 na ne quick credit for hanso atmanya dinkomo yento ansam no so anapan emfama dia uramo hanso ewo ayempo no Cameroon ade na omni Algeria ebo first leg no ade Samuel Eto'o so dwabruta men Canada abra Rigobert Song on ne technical team no kokolusu game no against Algeria no and ade ba hanso ene se Cameroon omo FA president Samuel Eto'o so no ankasa ATC Park ne so one ne strikers no hanso atimi kokoyi ye training Vincent Abubakar mo ene Kato ko ekambi mo hanso etimi nya wura mo kokko ye training na wose strikers no oso muntu etimi ehye goal saboa hama bia na enso etimi koso hedema intermittent Lions of Cameroon on your screens say no Oyerepa radio passports on Facebook no apprentice nso gine ma one boys no ye training na one nso hwa ne musa more goals mo hepa mo ten etimi ahye bia hete ama wo mo no enti Samuel Eto'o so no na ye free na ye de ani kyeremo e wo Egypt one head coach ye friend Carlos Queiroz one nso atimi anya dinkomo wase Egypt anase Senegal one amakwa kopie no omo mfa ho se eyade a omo no omo stadium omo sine foforo anase afi no mba be ye den enkofo ba be stadium omo ba no omo pese omo hye Senegal for no both home and away omo mfa se fans kra eba omo eye the first and the strongest country ewo abibrem ha eno eye Carlos Queiroz in samagoto a one nso atimi anya de atuja ene ye de wonsam ni nyina hede ema ewo chumade ne so remo ewo club issues ne kakra ewo abibrem ha RS Berkane Renaissance Sportive de Berkane omne Simba hede pempem so wa CAF Champions League mo na eyade a game ni toja wa Tanzania game ne koso na no na RS Berkane on vice president the friend Majid Madrani ATC Park ne so wakoke kana dwen hanso timide che officials omugina park ne so wakache ne officials ne players nyina say referees ne djuma amudi wa park ne so no ensada nyania magoto a esefa tanto omon konkobo referee no ene officials omo aka nyina no ena adult screens ne so said na officials no twen eye papa your friend Majid Madrani ede na free eye park ne so akona deba NSF CAF hanso atimanya bane papa no eye 12 months and omon so atimanya dema no omasa fine no $100,000 se papa no enkonko trasa sika no all football related activities in no one twene home enfan free one eno eye latest and also atimi free abibre mo pa no na yede asom no afa yenwura mo e won aborɔfo nkuro so proper yɛmfa nsɛm no baako mmienu bi ntoa so sɛdeɛ yɛde ka data no nsɛm no yɛ dewa ɛwɔ fia discussions awodoɔ pii nso ɛhɔ no mo na mmom yɛmfa nto gya no pɛi sɛ ɛyɛ ade a wura mo ɛwɔ Arsenal bɔbɔkɔ nim a wɔn ani abere Mikel Arteta wɔse apanti a yɛfrɛ no Lautaro Martinez a ɔno gyina anim ɔde ma Inter Milan bɔbɔkɔ no ɔmo ayɛ prepare so ɔmo bɛtɔn aberanteɛ no ɔmo Arsenal ɔmo ayɛ krado sɛ aberanteɛ yɛfrɛ no Lautaro Martinez at a cut price deal ɛna ɔmo ne aberanteɛ no ɛbɛkɔ na ɛsɛ ne sika sɛm no ɛne ne sika a wɔgye wɔ Inter no nyinaa no aberanteɛ no anya ate aseɛ sɛ ɔbɛnya tetete so deɛ a ɔmo Arsenal ɛkɔ akɔfa Lautaro Martinez aba bɛgyina anim hɔ ama ɔno nso atumi abɔ adwuma dikadika ɛde ama wɔn mu asansɛm no nyinaa nso atumi ba adɔpɛn no yɛde ɛma mo ɛwɔ dwumadie no so FC Barcelona so ɛyɛ wɔde ka tete bia sɛ boys no bi nso atumi anya aba na deɛ aba ne sɛ papa ɛfrɛ no Joan Laporta ɛsɛ wɔ offload ɛyɛ 8 players ama ɔma firi Barca bɔbɔkɔ ni mo nso atumi anya akɔ Nico ɛyɛ Roberto ne Ricky Puig mu nyina din nso atumi anya piepie mo Clement ɛyɛ Lenglet Samuel Iverson Tite Memphis Depay mo Ousmane Dembele ne Neco mu nyina no ɛyɛ boys adeɛ aba nso ɛne sɛ wɔpɛ sɛ wɔkla mu nyina ɛde afiri ɛyɛ team nim sɛdeɛ and the wage bill no ono so betime nya manage say no Frank Yannick Kase one Andreas Christensen ono so virtually wanya boys no enso atime nya wi a wo say animu se pipia hebekọ so na nyame pasama ono so atime nya wi boys no ama omo so atime ade aba bebo pass am piano atime akoso after say Inter and I say Italy free mo last week ya kwakwa show ma omo atime anya qualify no omo North Macedonia enso betime nya ramo ene e wo games ahodo ne mu na no na de aba ne say papa your friend Mantini as an attack ono so betimi asansa boys no best starting Nicolo Zaniolo aya Gianluca yes Kamaka and John Moko aya Raspadori those boys in nyina and so betimi anya Japan start afront war at ama Italy said a piano betimi anya koso Inter Ultras no at the Carter aba Bontain say omo game a omni Juve eba bebo nyame pa 3rd April omo enko stadium enko hwe ball no omo say omo reason no best known to them enya de omo the reason no beba bonten nemom de omo ka de ama ayempo no obi ate ase ne say omo Ultras Inter Ultras omo game a omo ni Juve ebebo nyame pa 3rd April no enya de omo nso betime anya remo wo park no so aba behwe game ni bia sansem ni nyina nso etime ba Jackson Herbal Center ase anka ncho say the Jackson mixture no nso etime anya abegya so eno malaria na treat wonum na to ntimi ndidi apomoten na Jackson mixture ni bi na nom na bia na enkoye enfama Jackson natural capsules no wo ye bema na ntimi mu adwuma wo mpam usisi yade no driver ni enkoye enfama wo apomoten na Jackson natural capsules ni bi co capsules no enso ho no my popomoten atu koko ni nyina se ade amount pebi wo apidan kolenak Danny Herba Misty Freddy Mens and ayempo no PFA pharmacy waterfall from 0244 723 541 0244 723 541 Boson Chira Bank say Bomoten ne tutumika bre we appointuma ye corporate entity and uhia bosia Bomoten afo ani chemo e wo maso ene bra beje bosia ye businessman and a businesswoman wo ye kwane ni nyina no uhia ayempo no sika e de adijuma so a Bomoten fo ani chemo social loans o kwa akoye wedding ye school fees ani nyina no omba Bomoten ajo so wo de wani chemo kontana say e hona head office no atonso bokro kokoben afia kobi trade kokofu jache and a quad so Jonasina no who Mountain Ajoso Asomo from 0244 575 360 post in your draw in boost herbal mixture. Post in your draw and as I say yina ya no be essence no dupa a bob boost immune system na kama and so it me enya demand to baby abete say a pipe post in your draw piano promoting the room now so it me koko GB from penny forward 0246 208496 Danny Herbal Center say and can say idea waist pains any onam jano koso ni peduani ma promoting na Danny Herbal ointment ni bi na fa twitwi me maame no mpanyimfo ne me papa no mpanyimfo adea mi jonku mi sisi me peche ne me he no Danny Herbal ointment and a papa moten aboa Taniton no wase wontimi the loss of appetite apomoten na je Taniton sanso na Danny natural herbal capsules and also meme dra edi meme nyina asem ede ama Danny herbal malaria dra ukọ promise herbal adum boss herbal building ma won sape moten akabe and abeko imbrom wo Danny farm ama ho na so watimi akwa GB Typhofa Company Limited say tanka Jefferton 202 na ade a Typhofa 202 ni bi wo mo aso ye obebomoden afred doctor tum 0243 510 656 o say anka ncho say promotion ni guso a ekoso ekokosi nyame pa fiata enti sa won friend na promoting na friend was 0243 510 656 no endi enkomo yede amana ni nsam ne besi ase de kaka no ensam ne doso abejafo eba ni aba behwe Ghana ne Nigeria kema eno so akoso ene de babia
Mr. Typhofa
ai oze babia yetimi ebomoden na yedin kunim anwumre na
okay Nagito akwaba
ko World Cup ni bi
Dibo
bibia boko de okay yenhwe we quick one me hu say ode Samuel Eto'o's picture bi ato so current picture ahead of any omu game number bom no Nigeria no na eto eze onya bo ni bi obo na wo le chance na musa onya bi obo
jiwo ni bofo on say omo first leg no na ye omo ahom na picture bi by na wo
eto ne gina hoyi
yeah
na zo onya bo ni bi obo
o say o fit o o fit pa na boy say o
adani make o de call song so no onya song go be pa na so o
no
papa picture there ba bonzo wa tia na ni hwane sa tum say yes onya na obebo no but we go be song nso case o say time no be fa team ni there ontimi mfa just a short period and say sania ma
omo fa team ni say no ka kire no must fire ko World Cup and also jitum it was just to now we are doing
the silence
let's say chese obetimi
aye
to need any excuse
e to blame ne den o say the strikers no the strikers ni se go say the no ye striker o si se goals no on who say strikers ni ye yes anya mani bi so no akogina mu che strikers no kwan a obefa so obehye goals ni nti Samuel Eto'o no nani abre
no oye training no yeah it to that say
on the AFCON so na former players ni bi an so we meeting
and then I say so oye training oje yakosho mu ano ekun na eden ekun bu ha okokan to kwa chene so tem gina say oje nya ba tournament to AFCON they were just not lucky so tem gina say but I still mean sister say they have the best team on the African continent.
Algeria.
Yes. They have the best team on the African continent.
Yes.
And then almost say Algeria and there. And it one we are playing on through.
Almost.
Say be aboko. All right. Yeah, ma etie phone ya hwefo nte say Ghana game na mama hu say amanfo be the messages eba 5 p.m. Ghana time. 5 p.m.
Yes, 5.
And you make 5 p.m. Oko Nigeria is 6 p.m.
Okay.
Nti Ghana 5 p.m.
Yes.
Nigeria 6 p.m.
Yes.
But yet Ghana ntino 5 p.m. And a game no ebeba so.
And you are better as a 4:30.
Yes. Mama nya kwa ishe bibia kama. Na baba isa kwa nusu mu no.
Yeah.
But again, for baba isa tour inu so na man for the sports lawyer. Na wa prepare no ho. I just say only agro Abuja. The sports lawyer.
Serious one. Why in Ghana na? Or you plan to go so for na?
Or represent bibia or represent Oyerepa. No say represent Ghana.
Yes.
The sports lawyer
and that screen so come.
So come.
But they are be by my say me who say dia the sports lawyer sports lawyer say utwamfo ni nyina abaye no ko sesan sika o sesan sika no say boss Ghana money is small
yes of course I address
there be obeso che say so sesan ni sika na wanya no iswa nti Ghana sika no de ko to ni niswa nti o de mamere osu sika oji oye na so sesan de be to chipu nko a o pese sika pen ye de ma o na o de ko in Nigeria o nti me sure say benya sports lawyer na ye no edi nkomo e wa abram kwa kodu Abuja no
time am flat between the so draw Abuja was you show no so
yeah
and yes could do
no answer the comment na ba
fast na o me tenenka so
okay Zach ye ni kan hwe we say you unra Europe qualifiers
oh there be
but me tia ka che say Portugal and Macedonia mo hwe ni
Oh, yeah.
Mama, predictions in the mama.
Aye. Besimu heni ye.
These are the days
Besimu heni ye.
on such occasions. The goats will announce himself. Who's on stage?
Oh, taking Portugal. Many say na hwesa game. Who game ni? They won, but on performance was not convincing.
Oh, that was in the second half.
Throughout the game.
Oh, first half.
Take you for in the second half. Or man take you more chances. So we take you more chances. Can you take a different story? It says Akito. Moheboni. Se bon no mo bon ne no. Se penalty score wo may possible so be penalties. Omo Lisbon. Aye. Timu ni
a day that Ronaldo this are okay. Say
yeah 24 also
opportunity.
O ka sem chance Akito until. E no be wie no. No ni coach kokon to kwa no.
Platform say Ronaldo pay. He needs such platform.
Yo.
I know on kwa na ebo. Yes. O ka ide Sweden for no. Ana Zlatan ejano numisa Zlatan ejano numisa na say Debbie you are a small boy.
Okay.
Yana stage here no we decide the stage.
Yo, that was a Ronaldo. He was young and had the energy.
Today he will decide the game.
Oh dear.
Macedonia.
Okay.
No, they will be doing Macedonia qualifier.
Akwebi o Macedonia friend Gilfi Elmas.
Oh Elmas. Debbie am so on kan wo pra.
Wo pra.
Aso mo no.
Na no hunto no.
Me say no wato no.
Mo game ni.
Elmas won to.
Okay. Siasi akwaba. Bibia boko de.
Adom.
Is it when you be school ni be kama.
Of course, me sweat on but from the former school as endorsement and that stuff on the process be
okay.
I say you go so
why ni nyina kama. Ba for the na ire na to ne nkra. Say on send this camera. Na on fanye bibi na on fanko ho no nko yayi.
I do sabre I also prospectus no ne sanema ne.
Ti anopena hu se ba fo ye momo. Na okohe ba fo momo na wo ye na. Utim se be mani abre.
Asa na woni mfo.
Agada say no we dey we nya na agada etie. Anope o frame me I was say na Jibo say na na say free ade na wo ha ho nam se masa. Ko bi say Jibo no kache no so dey lam say agada mpacho. Free be any baby ah.
Free.
Free dey here no.
Free.
Dey na free.
Utwe fees.
Na le wona abeto tank no.
School you cost
Obanko school na do santo tank.
Then also free here.
Free ni say.
There's a cost. Nti jamen pay your
free ni say.
School fees na free but that can
be anya.
I say free. So school fees ni asem no.
Na school fees.
Hey Abbas bra ha me here bra.
School fees gara.
Eti ye beba na ya bedi Blasters game no ho enkomo. Zakito.
Jo.
Say man for the questions say ba ye adwuma we mame CCA. Between Ghana and Nigeria. Ede ne betimi asi ama ba ko timi qualify ba ko timi qualify based on the score line no. Amman for bisa ebuwa on say question ne say on say UEFA for akofa mraba na bebe na tumi say ase mrani bia ba Africa so tell me china say eti Jack ye hwese de city
yeah un say that we go ru no UEFA nko na yiso ewo competitions mo FIFA enye awe go ru enfree omo competitions mo UEFA and omo competitions omo ya we go ru enfree so we so FIFA competition and UEFA competition and anya CAF competition FIFA competition so awe go ru e ka ho enti any score win bia form of win bia abekama Nigeria say Ghana the team that qualify any form of win say Nigeria say Ghana any form of win have qualified that team now baby asem wo ho ne if there is a draw now goalless draw and the game go extra time
you go extra time
yeah straight penalty
okay
goalless draw you go another 30 minutes extra 15 first half 15 second half into extra time no if 1-1 PM Ghana have qualified you in the extra time was play extra time no say game no 1-1 in that time now I will go rule say applies the Ghana have qualified
na say den kebesi 90 minutes na etimi ye 1-1 and no akosi we extra time na still Ghana win that way team
yes
okay
Ghana extra 1-0 will qualify whoever win that game in that extra time will qualify regulation time any scoring draw and so qualify Ghana.
Okay.
So any scoring draw will eliminate Nigeria. 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5. Will qualify Ghana ahead of Nigeria.
It will say you're born 90 minutes new na 0-0. You go straight to penalties. You be extra time.
Extra time.
Okay.
Until extra time na ko penalty. Until extra time no. Hona within that time go bam na draw, na scoring draw. Still na no Ghana qualify. Part of you know and you say bia o scoring draw as one day extra time until it doesn't that way go doesn't count. Even the extra time that way go count. Because they think say the home team also get advantage by playing home. Within that extra time, you know. So it's that way go still works in that extra time. It says scoring draw be PM in the extra time so it will qualify Ghana. And Ghana there a win or any scoring draw automatically qualifies Ghana.
1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5.
Yes. Nigeria there don't person bet see omo fit try a scoring draw.
Don't hear win at all cost.
Win at all cost. The only thing that qualify Nigeria a win. Omo there be and I say a goalless draw. No more that call extra time or penalty shootout.
Okay.
But for them scoring draw they are out.
Until 5 p.m. you be here baby e be kwa kusi. Abaza kwa ba.
Any striker.
Meto nka che.
I want to apply the do baby and ya kobo touch line.
So.
Do baby and ya be defense.
Is a juma ne dey pa na we.
E kan nyina boom say brucha brabo no.
So.
Full slide. Oh, say farm. Say farm.
Okay. Oye radio. Oye
radio the house na dey meba.
Oye radio. Oye farms. Na farm na dey odo bro. Wow dia. Okay. Wo na ntwi kakra. Dodo be say.
Me man be 6 na ma be 12.
Okay. Omo awo ho bia na.
Da be omo mpo ayi.
Oh, okay. And as our full line.
As our full line.
Okay. And now also construction.
The boss na yenti onyane akotare ho.
Okay. And now what do you kube ofi anymore?
I be so farm also.
Okay. Ah, what it ton?
You see then the theory.
Say they want ton.
Say they want ton.
Ah, what theory?
Then ton no theory.
Okay.
And so people also call ya ben oba na matibia bro.
Okay. Toke kan you marry nyina bo maboso mutimi nya be say.
Aja abusiano so. Nti ebi makura.
Ebi ma.
Ebi duro no boso mbeso na bibia na.
Okay. Na ene de yentimi ni ha asenkomo.
Yentimi ni ha asenkomo but kakra ba bitwim.
Sa.
Fa blaster de say with that class national teams in yo.
Ene ye CCA because yenya tisimu dia ye kwa no.
The national team dia na the best start. Say penalty ben nura ye bobo na penalty won so what ya. Wo be kan wa ka na wotwe. Nti de kan say house of folk de ye wie de no. Na nyame adoma blaster de no ene edi bewuram. Na nyame adoma echena ye wie FA Cup no yati answer from aka league match echena team na betwam ya o mbeko brekum nyame adoma echena yo so beko brekum no akwakoboa ama niam atimi akoso yi amaye na ye de bia so aka ya na ya kase se de yesinim ye house of folk no say ebi apie mu a afi na umfi sa house of folk na ba house of folk no so o ya pam dadam house of folk ye timu a e wo dada enya afi no bi be kire se de yesinya house of folk o kuta ne history culture tradition and what na de nam to be di house ya chi a no be di house ya chi yi ene adana ka gizido kaze o kase mu ofia se na yekotoko supporting base na omumora e wosoro ba ka jama ye ne jama mi be di the late Kokwadu se kan ewu achi ne nipa 4 kan ewu ena Kotoro ena wanga ba kuno obantuma meka ni dino adabra bi na wono so wo dabra bi na Kotoro nya hase ni Kotoro kotokoni nti dia kan se ibe di wo mo achi esua ade e free supporting base etie ye nipa bi a ye hase no di enimo hase mu no ya na ye mpese ye beka ni nyina ena ye bobola sa de na ye me level say ye organize supporters ye nko jama ubusa zizi ai no mko shia Cape Coast ko shi jama ma Cape Coast fo buye ma o buye drums nyina am aya de ye sua ena ebi no ba abaka fe na hase om de aba ena o ka hase asema na ye bodua o ka hase asema om so batare da ho na se eniema nko yi a na ko ka hase asema etu obo musuo se coach bobo na play anya dia on substitute no o change no na se niam bi ko ne se ehu se no coach ade a wuye we ni se ya na beboa ye nyina na yakwaka ene adane nuaboro ene ebi ma the house of folk adane nuaboro na se ne ye house of folk aka beto yi e tari ye nam so ya sua house of folk madika kan fia se madi director se ka chi chapter 9 from 1990 abedi na sabrachi abedi obi achima se jai asemo ya meka be siasam so
kakra bi mponi
meka choke meka be siasam so Patrick Azaki ba na ngamfa ka fia ka mawu blaster players oba kanasem tie ka be tisu say house of folk na da hono e team a big club
okay
a big club
okay
yeah big na so ye dimpanifo chi team the the late president Mienu na be running team the late Major General Ankra
okay.
The late Professor Miss
okay
do be house of folk hu ba bia uba
aba je be sa ba so bi
mi nwie me ko blaster so
eh
na ye bompa ye se nya mi to super ngu blaster so and na ye pese kwa bie na Jordan na ehwepo mu man ne ehwepo mu man ne ne kwa pese bie o Nigeria no se ne Jordan na ehwepo mu na man nyame
na aya na bibi umu ana
ibi asi bibi nsikwa ebra Faro Moses ko duru Faro anim no Moses ye ne de Faro anyande osi we de oso no de anto bibi nsikwa esa tam na Moses nduru na Faro yi Moses na India first Moses ye wiye no Faro ye ne de Faro anyande na Moses nduru ho no na Faro ye bibi eti bi asi bibi nsikwa
eti bibi ntina ma Jordan na hwepo mu no
anene bibi ntia ye ndira
abibi ne free hand
I say either say the performance na form ABB what you say either say na ho de nsam e form ABB either say obobo na ntimi hye betuma fi ne nan ne nan hwepom eti ne ye bompa se na metene na hwepom ma yen ya meti Jordan na hwepom ma yen
ana na Jordan kwana na metene
one Ghana striker
anya na afenejan so
dabi ono be support yi dabi se sidi enim obi be ka ho afi na obi ka ho afi na obi ka ho esa na oba what you say
ba se bo no so Jordan obi na be pass ya ma no
aye iti ne yesi nyame tene na hwepom wo sha Ghana na ahye
ana mompa ma do no so obi pass ya ma Jordan no
empire amebo ne tie ewi ase woni Peter ne Yesu nam na ka se hia Peter o sa Yesu nko fro obi obi
ase chene say
ye bompa yes Jordan in the history of the Ghana blaster we development afen ye develop no
and I'm say Midfield ni bi ne pass ball ma no
ye ka Midfield asem yes goal scoring
na ya pass e be de no ahye
eti men kan say
eti bompa ye ma do so be pass ball ma so nya bompa say
ye bompa yes de na hwepom do be pass ya ma no am pass ya ma na be de hwepom do na be hwepom basa se wi aso se okosan su adwara nya fe na be cheche sapo ne anyamo wudi aka se okodware a obi anim su edi gare
okay
enya fe na be kana keep am nye emomba we na
duro o se na ye qualify ejina Jordan so
na emo 8 na Ghana qualify
ejina Jordan so
emo 8 na Ghana qualify
ma ye ho adwuma na
emo 8 na Ghana qualify na me adoma se de yesi hu niam no Nigeria fo no ebesi yom frim na de ya ne se be bre se ya ne ye di club na chi ne ko bre kum ne ko so ko ba ne ko blase ko a obo mo tenkra no na mo tiplem na mo do mo ko
na adwuma be na wo ye o tim no
maza
to mo tenkan do mo ye adwuma
maza
Abbas
o mo ye adwuma
yes
ya yesu ye
de na wo ye
ye nimbo ansa no mo babom ye ka ball ye nimbo na ya ne ba ye nkasa ye ka ball ye nimbo ansa no mo babom ye house of folk me catch house of folk ye pe league agea yetimi bobo ne obi bon de ne ye bo nipa ko de ne ye bo ye de and ye bribe as good 2008
yenka last as
yeah we nya no teach no kotoko system skivesa 40 etu onya butre eti blasters asema ye kan say bibie no wi asempa boni
okay tina wa bompa ye
ewinde nne nko a
why ndada
ya bompa ye say se enne oman enwa nadwo no wotwe anano nkono de
bibia ye
fine amagana
okay
bibia ye fine
obenyo otu nchen wonim no
minim na nmi kakra ko bokotoko dia na je say That's it. You kakra. I mean, kind of kakra answer because so kaso ni mobia. Also want you muye. Nti kakra na minim no wo kana manya kakra na
nti kakra na onim ne ye
kakra me kana manya kakra ka
kakra na onim ne ye
ba sam to mo kakra na man twa mfa nchen obamu an sa na makabere meka o kasa ansa sa
aba so boku ni pa
me kan say oh masa
mate coach e mo kwa ba
bia me kan say me wie
na coach bibia boko de
ya me adum boko
okay coach Frimpong Manson former player at the Black Stars of Ghana. Former captain Edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ewo ifia aye no. Oh, that's your coach.
Baba say right so former captain.
And I say Mabubu Bibri.
That because Kotoko the Kotoko.
Okay, or your former head coach, former assistant coach of Kotoko.
Ah, sir.
Coach Akwaba bim. Na nyoma ekoso boko de.
Oh, nyame adum. Okay, adum boko.
Na on person say don pass nye. Aga ye mon pa mo mongo.
Abas uma mi ninkomo no.
Saka di ngomo mi ngo.
Ah, uma mi ninkomo no. Ko nya se o shan.
Me o kuma se.
Je se timbe na coach.
Oh, for now the Deportivo na me bobo am crack.
Ah, okay. Je se league no mo da say.
Actually mint.
Oh, okay. Coach, Baba be di Black Stars game no nkomo. Enu tini e 2 years after we na no pay. Na ya hoye chances say you deserve say ko Qatar 2022 World Cup ni bia. But you say we follow Black Stars team no.
Oh, me follow pa.
We follow.
Yeah.
Oh, Friday game no.
Yeah, me Friday.
Until general view about Black Stars performance last Friday night saying.
Oh, I think it's a very good performance. For a very long time, Ghanaians odi omakoma sign back Black Stars and no crowd ma me fam free because edu ba bia obi ba out crowd because me yet me ma Ghana qualify because boys no na ska and no mo nyiro mo and some bebe nti bebe obi wo crowd dan no busan say Ghana border ben crampo just say on care. But for once, who said a video bia or pill or dinakoma edichi. Look at the Nipa about stadium. Where your time no idea now situation be.
Yeah.
Oh, so it tells you senko for I think of for Adrianba. And what else ye match will be antis Casambia Samo.
Yeah. They are trying to say 1.4 million Ghana cedis.
But to players to say a beji say yes, be say and no a ma will be no cry. Oh, so end game no have except maybe be a mayu. The last third no and a problem kakra because we your back line middle any mono and I'm say acquire befa so the penetrative the movement no kakra e baby say aka. So for me, I think say on the day no as compared to the AFCON, the who said there's much improvement in the team.
Oh, okay. Coach, you remember the game so the course of Friday no say na we see can game they say your problem here your last third which area na e betimi accrete ni ahye which no na we say your problem you better na solve ne with few days team no ebeshia ye coaches na prepare team no we coach we ya na mo solve that problem within a short period and ebetimi am yenya goals.
Oh, it's about the movements. So if you understand him. And then normally last day and not 2 days to the game. That is where coach Biadodo now mo tactical at the moves in so training last time no unya konya be on Thursday you could see say no more workout and no more person be able to state back to the training hall near there and no yen exclusive and there's a man for baby. So those tactical I think said they've been working on it. And say no say no so we training be cry oh so we no cry no more Kumasi but still no anybody names so more Kumasi
yeah
no more training so na man na no more rehearse tembia repeat and ya dey abet me nya ndako anya ade abetumenya no one game but at every ade ni bia no ubenya at least ubenya improvement kakra so who no sa ade no so we make headways.
Okay.
So for me I think say ade now and one e bi omo rehearsal and then omo go to omo video analysis ne hwan na e be show sa nneema ne nyina ade a kyerɛ edu ba they will pause aha obehu sese na so so players no enya sa that picture video ade ni neck no stick more than even say obeye ade no kra. So for me ade onya na one day but I think say day in day out they are improving. So for me I think say gradually better omo and then even sa ade ni nyina.
Okay, coach obo Ghana and Nigeria how many times obekai?
About 4.5.
4.5.
Because the first time no was Kumasi. That time no Bukado. So no that time you boy 3 because any boy any Kobo return or Lagos. Yes, omo one on the Kobo draw over Lagos. And I share omo 2-1 or Senegal. And in 93, 94, you know Mokobo. You ever caught Tunisia? No?
Yeah, come of nation.
Kobo or Lagos. And also your ball 0-0, the same thing. And no, 90s, no, the almost best crowd was draw.
And did you ever your best game?
And the difficult, but in matches, at least who say consistency now so. I think so games I think I played well.
Okay. Come de mekai pa ya 92 dia no. Yes. Only Rashid Yakini. And na mekai.
All the time bia na no mbo bia. Almost got the names.
Yeah.
Yeah, no that time so obe mention omo na was Abedi, Tony Aboa and then a few others.
Prince Polly,
whatever Ali Ibrahim, ne ho. But that time no so compare the names in Nigeria wo any year there na. Yeah no the obet not Tony Eje the
top scorer of Bundesliga.
No very popular Abedi so at that time them say not dominating and
the best on the African continent.
But okay Nigeria Yekini that time the Yekini ewo shape Mokachi or the same almost current coach is something
Austin Iguavon, Stephen
Keshi late Keshi Omo nyina that time no about Anderlecht on the Europe na one of the big adipa. So time dia okay names no dia you might think say Omo ye the favorites. But then no na you unique be with the Ghanaian team na Nigerians no and other West African countries then no Omo ni bi. Now you have technical players are to me hold the ball physically no more no you're much stronger than young but about ball circulation you hold the ball near were meant to do that but then no more than physical Nigeria Nancy no more these technical players this boy coach anom any siasia mo na data the Ghanaian flair no be but this time on so game no assistant omonya sa boys ni bebrebe so for me I think September they look like say omo materials no was through chain na omo names no near there buy into the game that time bia na
yeah ni coach from Pom Manson Mayanga and Edin Kumenano pay on today's post about also question
this question we fear last 2 weeks say me buzana say see ya no ball a ye hwe ni see ya no from division 2 Sabisi Premier. And no one to me could table. What you could tell baby, player not you want to be the coach at Yano. It's in Bisan says, Ghana, ye born, ye born, ye Jaya, Yakobo German soccer, Brazil soccer, Italian soccer, British soccer, baby, ye Jaya, Yanakobo. Yes, it says a player 1 2 hours. No Matiano and ne. What you might do to say, ye, the any skills. But ye ne, Sadin in the Obium. Into person of Boami Dintia, every football man, and then ask for players.
Where do you blast us in every more?
Daddy, or Moami pass. I didn't know.
Very simple. Football, near can footballer. Football is all about one. The physical aspect, the technical, the tactical, and some about to the psychological idea. So that technical idea, one aspect, and on that, that time, no, you said that, we answer. Now it look like natural, but yeah, sustaining and when nobody me develop player technically, you need a very good pitch. Yeah, teams no. Those saying, look at their training idea no. Idea na omo. To me enye on sa idea we above we.
But sorry, Baba Mani, we are not
that pitches.
Of course.
I don't make sure say
you now what does it? Even at corners, as a defender. Now cheap pass.
I'm just saying, no, yet the look. It's like the Brazilians. No look natural. Then.
That's what
No.
There's a one is a necessary.
That's right. Time not time now. Yeah. You know, not the other countries. No, we're not doing that. So no money, you know. But this time, but in terms of infrastructure, they are ahead of us. Maybe academy here and there, and no na airborne.
But that's what Chen say. And then my example. My and then flare now can once. Flare now can once. There were countries like Algeria, Senegal, our flare no omo better than us. Meba mama nyina asem na eka no. Mama nyina asem na eka no. Even when Momoka say, even when Namoka say, even when Namoka say what the flare no. We were not the best in the world. And we were not the best on the African continent.
But near best on African continent for 4 times. The best is saying.
Say those times, you know, naturally they're talented. But today, what they are doing is that they are developing it with better pitches.
I don't know.
You know, they have closed the gap between Omono and development. You know, I control and pass. You are too skilled not to actually. Already, no. Already, why are they one? I go forward. They are not who need be. I say we are kind of.
I don't know. Picture. Okay, it's like gold. Say utu in a roasted.
Yes,
but it's all refined. Yes, and when you the gold
true,
now.
True.
Brazilians, like first you say Ghanaians near Brazil of Africa. Now you play no day. Yeah, no, you very you to me a hold the ball. Obian say skill, Obian skill, or her crampa to me enya.
Natural.
Oh. But then not the other countries now you know mobile. No omunishi. They say any Nigerians and I make sure say any Nigeria for Cote d'Ivoire they believe in their physique. I don't know more. So now in your time to play so now momo yadi. At the point Brazilians almost started so more back to Europe. Almost football on there,
Samba football.
Because yes, Samba was not there because players are no more Europe and then because Germany and then now DNA more of say Haiti and then let's follow Germany near the idea no quickly into the idea. So now so now Brazil so far not internationally. So the time I feel decided is I feel Jensen come back to the idea. Oh, but yeah, the NSA. Yeah, was a Senegal, no academies, or more baby or Kobokina, academies, or more baby or yeah, they know what he found. So those people are developing once a year market time there. So you fail, under 17, my man, under 17. You're under 17. Look at the Yomo. Baku Pekra maybe to me.
Coach Menyanka, we topic. I'm saying in your time pan here discussing. It can concentrate on Blasters game.
Okay.
Now I hear and then you game now Ebaso between you and Nigeria and more.
Okay.
Now you better da fufro. Now you invite you now for what Bania Shedientia. They say they are falling behind. I ain't me catch up with other countries.
Look at go round artificial tests. Artificial tests are you know. Clubs saying the benefits are you know. A community no and club who got on Kohobosumi de Biabajin say onya.
Okay.
So say you know there's a clubs you know make sure some infrastructure no and then youth system be developed no well. Other than that, you be going to this idea no musa.
Okay, coach, yamra na game ni so. Ade na hu ni Friday na ufu say anko ya ne esi etimi ye.
Okay, say AFCON idea you notice you AFCON. One defensively you conceded 3 against Comoros. You conceded against other clubs. Gabon 2. So
Gabon 1, Morocco 1.
So look at how much is go so you concede. But this time round, you share your defensive setup. No, me fan cause the team no na defending, but you share your back line.
Individual players.
Individual center back, Jikuni way. Amate. Fantastic. And baby and they what problem by your laterals. Yenya 2 other Odoy and then Adi. They also Mensa, Gideon. Almost so your back line no there. As compared to AFCON, you could see say no so I improve so much. You see, and then over to the middle no so the same way a horse so yeah. Baby maybe a problem yeah. Na near such a mega job say the final third how our passes back to Adi. The strikers, the wingers, and only idea. Your wingers say, and also so it's much, and also you improve a lot. Your wingers are who say now they can take on 1v1 and then and also so yeah. But Obia in the last say out and out striker, I Benyana or no bet me a hold the 2 center backs no then. Any baby yenny like Nigeria for instance. Anytime Bia call to the wide areas no, na omo Osimen. By then, you need that at the end. So you to me enya obi to say obey to me a hold do you know there. A whole bit me create chances. But yes, I strikers in and 10 biabons strikers no just or back or drop no about ball and san or no ediaco. So a more goal scoring a difficult. So for me a honey baby I think say it me improve and at least a bit me yadi. And also your middle na Baba Idrisu or your one player I think say yeah will be or no now obey me a hold do very very well. He said the European adino harness or didn't who room ye no and no and necessary ye and then ye drance and also from the wings and also so ye who say the base control. Maybe a problem in now is in the attacking third. That is how I see it.
Okay, coach. We get Kwaba. Bibia Bokode. Okay, do I join you here on the show Samolinkum inti yema yinkum akwaba. Forget about the mistake.
Forget about the mistake.
Bibia Bokode.
Adumiane yomo Bibia Boko.
Okay. Oh, nyame adom Bibia Boko. Yemo akwaba anopai de ba Oyerepa Sports no Oyerepa TV. Say wa join ya yebedin komo afa Ghana ye game aye bo ne nanwumre against Nigeria. Enti me yeso aso prepare ho.
Aye ma prepare ho papa.
Okay. Obedi kan o message bia o de be ma atiefo mu tie wa na.
Aye yedi kai.
Hello.
Bajo timeka.
Enko mete onka.
I but you can make sure with see for any Asante Ghana mine how much. I mean, say yes, sir. Omedi any key ever my Ghana.
Oh, okay. Eti where oh also now no questions ni ba na say wabu modian where you would ano. And I said was your master de easy.
I show today is all about blasters.
Na blasters na wa me jackets ano.
I'm office.
Eh.
Sir, everything come on today.
Okay. Gobi minim siasa o bi kaka.
Yeah, coach as man workers attacking.
Enkum online so ye hwe ni mu say other players so badwan nti na no mu nyina na ye show no.
Yeah, mecha no enzachi no bi ba bi busa no. Ehun sem na we to the coach from Paul Manson. Enkum coach so and dia no wacha no.
Aboko de.
Emrado bia boko mo so.
Oh, nyame adama bibia boko. Me sure say o boabo ho for and then you make game ebeba so ye ne Nigeria.
Sure. Yeah, Bobby, but yeah, boy, I was saying okay, spiritual.
Onano no nsa no woso.
So maybe because in the general. Because in the general,
e di bata ya mo akwa ba ne panel na wa ha ne nyina dane ho ne abusa wo income and a question from so questions about the game tea. Questions ne be feel left, right, center baby adiaba. Me sure so ready.
Oh, my ready. Ikum idea, my ready.
Oh, okay. Okay, since I'm sure everyone.
So, my question is, we have Blasters game now. I'm saying, and people don't know about saying attacking third, no? Attack. Is it a question of say quality passes from the midfield, and then I say the attackers were just wasteful? That's my question.
And no busa coach.
Because in general, I don't know. Okay. Only football people and top football people.
Okay. And the coach would can no answer my coffee town in Kumso.
Oh, okay. One, quality of the pass, no, and also a part of it. Okay. So let's assume say a call to whether to the wide areas now open, and I'm just a call to the wide areas now. Why need the target man? Anytime be able to be is either a pull back. Now you expect will be to come and then finish. But you need that out and out striker now. Won't say do why only the target man. I mean Nigeria for the example say the moment umbe drew that wide areas, not the more Osimhen.
Yeah.
The target man now. So and only your option and then pull back and also by a bit another option from the same cross.
Because Afenajan was doing a lot of running with a more central defense.
It's not about running. Also, Tembias Afenajan, Ombenya Bola. Either the all can be a bear counter attack, maybe a near man with the pace, no. Okay. But maybe another situation say, yeah, they be called to the wide areas. Why need the target? So, target man or why? You have one option there, to the pullback, and also another option. So, here in predicting you play.
Okay.
But Drew Honor Tem Diabemo say, I said, Obi way anymore. Now, yeah, 1 against 2, 1 against 3 against the Nigeria defense, and only a very difficult to score.
Okay.
So I say, you more numbers in there, and then you bet me,
we will question Biana. Oh, then they come behind.
Oh, my main call income first.
Forget about the mistake. Are you ready?
This is a crucial game, and I want to believe that we be much more difficult than their call so on Friday, no. Message to the fullbacks, and one cause a win impression about the fullbacks, your number 2 and number 3, because that is your department.
I think I have to be very honest on this question. I think that so far so good, and this is the time that we don't need to even say things that it will bring them down. We have to encourage each and every one. I think back to your question, I think they did very well against Nigeria in Kumasi. They did very well. But I'm just also, this is what I will also tell them, or I'll give them a little bit advice. The game against Kumasi, because Nigeria also, they are very strong in the wings. They were defensive was super. Going there again, also, if they stay defensive again, it will be different ball altogether. This game today is going to be different game plan, different atmosphere, different philosophy. Almost say, my advice, almost for game anymore, especially the wing backs, almost starting from the beginning. Almost try to overlap. They should put fear to the wings. Then after that, and they can also calm down and play their own football. But so far so good. They have done very well.
Okay. Vata also as a goalkeeper, crucial game. I understand na musifa pressure was such games.
Me say definitely my idea Montini skip question on my department goalkeeping. Definitely Mbubisani was more goalkeeper, more right fullback and more coach or Zoom meeting in terms of perfect. Well, I'm say say football no I dynamics and I say mechanics football is say I open depending how you approach it as a team, as a players and an individual. Well, the KASE 2013 it's a 40-year ball playoff against Egypt. Now a very crucial before them now Orlando Pirates na me playing time until now Ghanaians worried because na me that time na me my opportunity I'm number one. Now me playing time now Ghanaians worried say yeah crucial match against Egypt. So me playing time now I say omusu sometimes now Richard Kingston really edago Cyprus are all born nobody. I'm not focusing on Mufanumbra because of experience. And to Obaye and I'm should back camp, but the Gusu Bob and then say they qualify. The seminar medal say Uli medal they qualify. Until not your psychology Professor Mintano psychology blaster until a day before match the Kai Oba them each player them now call more a motivational word and I say wako ka asema ebeshe unkura before the game. Until because Obama them Saturday na wal moment no them to buy them buy no awal bekasa Obama no say fatao most time not offer safe hands or say safe hands I know you are prepared or say match no onim because on your coach when you say me na meda anasa me but e ba no say me na meda na me nya opportunity a ade ba ko pere so ka kire me na me fan share team tough match crucial match but mami boom and mami sure say make mistake met my training morning afternoon evening for the whole week still mistake ebeba but mami sure say make mistake menko enkoye the minimum here na me nja dia ka no emanya kopon asema Professor Minta e ka kire me share team and pass so ade tia e for pre-match meeting squad no buy no some match ni nkuna bo 2 squad no buy no na me start it one the first thing and me kai asema papa ni ka kire me yes aba warm up you be who supporters or pack yes I call dressing room Sule Mutare saka kire say guys you say na supporters in the dinner Saturday na so to because match you be warm up no so supporters in the dinner so Sule ka kire say hey guys you say na supporters in the dinner so you call pack so go kill Egypt for no until some match no I'm say motivational words no ba more from all angles the boy individual in terms say no boy Emma between some match say no motivation one kasa as a player so motivate you say big match sometimes a big but easy because space will put me expressing one you make name for yourself and an opportunity sometimes you know wake up about once in a lifetime sometimes it's at all and bakra until so word now of a catch them sadano na jeno any asama sulu mo catch word room and motivate me to because a big game no et me enya good day I'm making really match me.
Okay, this time around you were Jojo Walakot as a goalkeeper. Oka Professor Minta, Evan Sinchen, Sule Muntari with an experience that time at Black Stars national team level. Baby and what the boy drew at club level. Looking within the Black Stars team and they when Ufu said Obetime play the role of Sule Muntari.
Well, there were different players of generation, like generation I want different. They might have their own way of motivating themselves. And Jojo Walakot, maybe a Ofiba, maybe a Odago. If I say, who make us who's potatoes, who be a. And one thing I'm make about goalkeeping, very important, technique. Technique in goalkeeping is very, very, very important. First time I'm who boy no other match Magana. The question for say boy way and go there. So goalkeeping no is more than kick and catch. It's more than kick and catch. So only technique we find it difficult. The boy no even in a match against Nigeria home match. Or your crucial say but go for anchor once and I'll play against pressure by starting build up from the back and the goalkeeping. We say technical team no I'm only with the show goalkeeper because no be expect say if you euphoria ba no euphoria number 1 the prantina so off kakra but oba no perform say euphoria na be sada but technical team they know why it almost say issue Jojo no it na kupon ya adomu so no say onya good day okay pick clean sheet ama team no anti-man concede no goalkeeping no technique very important Jojo so was suddenly na push the position the position of the hands ni sano say na they are ready to react and then the calmness and then the build up good with the legs and necessarily goalkeeping. Because goalkeeping this time only started now a very difficult with my board the highest level. And you know, I'm say with Jojo and other goalkeepers, I'm say yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Dagito.
Yeah, more question.
You were Samuel Nkum. And you were Fatao Dauda. Munina stage ya ye kan ho asemi de na ye pese ye hunu na ye kokata 2022 no munina any opportunity eduru da and ye wo coach Frimpong Manson onso Blasters no bo matches we a enya asem keto munina kan ho na ne ye no mu edi djuma on the today sports into so question bi a ubetimi de aba na ye buso mo edi amount Isaac mitiu
Yeah, more question ma omunina, but let me start with Nkum. Yes. The game at Monokumasa. One thing I realized was that none of our fullbacks and the team make a very good cross inside 18-yard box. Like it means a surge forward error and make a very good cross at the 18-yard box. Now, recent football day, fullbacks play a major key role in building like attack, their runs and crossing. Meaning, Nkum as a right back and as a fullback. You move because it's both any like Jenna and Boise like it because it's like Odoi a crossing ankle Gideon a vegetable ball pass about cross ankle. What is the problem with Odoi and Gideon? Tia Muko in Sana? That's a multi pull at Ember.
Engum.
Forget about the mistake.
May I show us out in the question no?
I'm in the question about the Emma first leg, you know, and I said crosses in the ember and say I think say and you're more careful. So we should give me now. Even though now sometimes we have space to go, really you're panicky to go. But I think say this is the like he said something which is very important. Now modern football, a lot of right backs, a lot of full backs are making big impact of the game at the moment. And also it will depend on the energy level. You understand what I mean? So I will also tell them that they should have the confidence to go forward. That's what I was saying. From the beginning of the game, they have to give the game to Nigerians. They have to, and if we will give the games to Nigeria, it will come from our fullbacks. They have to start attacking. Because now, if you notice that this is the game plan that Otuade played in Kumasi, we were playing 3-back. So now they are not like number 2 again. They are full backs now, like wing backs. So, and they have to also make sure that Omudu side they wanna cross, you know, and so who's a cross and echo you. And I think that today game it will be very good game for Ghana. I think so.
Okay. Coach from
Bomanso. On the sir, oh yeah, you look at the opposition too, and known as sometimes a big influence as to say how often as I say, okay, wingers like Moses Simon, Chukwueze, very dangerous.
And the Dimulana Baba,
Lookman. It's like the same. I mean, me can't buy even the Kumasi. So playing against such a day, let's say we runs when you know it should be good time on Kunyan the right at the. And apart from that, you were very fast wingers. Yeah, you will be. So most of the time, if someone work effectively, even you need the wing backs to also go on the flanks. So it depends on the opposition, and on the best show. Say, and say you go against such a day. And as I said, we are cautious. You make sure say, time and who be on the right. So when Yan is hard, the attempt be Nigeria's dangerous in counter attack. And no say you be lose balls. No that you're very cautious. If it needs so you stay. Because any pressure no is more on Nigeria than on Ghana.
Okay. But for Una Musa question. What do you know?
Abeko ama
Nkum. Okay. Forget about the mistakes. Okay. Fatal so Fatal that lion. Okay. All right. For Nkum team.
Oyobi ana at least at Kotoko. And then Black Stars na oye fullbacks na omo join attack a lot no now no the ball right back and as a fullback ma Ghana no ye wunu say okọ nanim that much as ono okọ no and now okadibi say ye pese yentimi approach game no say the Friday ya approach no to keep the Nigerians omo wingers no at bay no as a fullbacks no join attack no. Of course, say any dangerous to do that in an away game, especially when Coach Ika say, in as much as person use that, no Nigerians also dangerous wingers are who make capitalize on spaces na ebedechi home.
Okay. In Kumansa na be question no. Opanyini bia join show no. Or when I enjoy show ne pa ne din di Kofi Quantin. Oye Ghana ni obezi we UK. Na oye coach we UK ono so adwan ni show no Kofi ya mu akwa aba de boy Oyerepa FM no Oyerepa TV
yenia director
se bibi aboko de
da se mo akodi maka show no nyame adom bia aboko na mo so ai
nyame adom Kofi bibi e koso kama ewa ha eti inkuma fe do betima yi question na no na afedi aka na yato aso
dia all kind Matthias here dia all kind is Matthias here but dia me pa chen say say if you are playing such important game today now who's your opponent the wingers are very fast now if one mafia be humble from the beginning of the game they are going to give you pressure to 90 minutes but so who say they have to defend you. It's not every time you have to defend them. So this is what I'm saying. I know say your away game, we have to defend. We don't have to concede because this is very important game. But I'm saying say from the beginning, so almost have fear ever sa winger anymore. On benenim because on himself also benenima you can also take him by surprise. So kakra mekan say also Kumasi game now this is the time and can say yes fullbacks need joining attacks more. But they were also scared because of their wings. And Nigerians so team no the strong winning ya wings. Into me patches from beginning almost started and almost put fear no almost then they can have enough confidence themselves and play their normal game. Into Kaka me person me come for.
Okay. Ricky now so a question after me call Kofi.
Well, I think this is a general one. Yeah, no more no Friday no. Post match na me bisa coach ne Tuesday con captain in the buy. Yeah. Bisa say it seems the strength of the team no more forwards no. Also they play with 4 forwards. Chukwueze, Simon Moses here natural then of course Vito Osimhen. But the last 2 games I know my boy the Ghana then come one. No my boy 180 minutes almost go. 180 minutes almost go because Tunisia shall 1-0. And I'm gonna Ghana 0-0. But Tuesday the captain of the team said Omo team no almost the last 5 games almost were so the Ghana then come one. They've conceded only 2 goals. So it means that the strength of Nigeria team na attack and one. Nemo defense and also very strong. Because call tournament no almost a Guinea Bissau 2-0. Omone Egypt almost 1-0. And almost Sudan 3-1. And the group stages in the 3 games on board conceded only 1 goal. And against Tunisia conceded only 1. Omone Ghana man conceded. So the last 5 they've conceded 2. Now, data me narrative and says you bet me qualify unless we score. You bet me qualify coach. We have to score.
And on defense on concede.
And on defense and also for past 5 games from our board, they've conceded only 2. So how can we score? Because goal scoring is a big problem.
We need to score.
We need to score.
Yeah.
Yeni Morocco no. Yeni Morocco. Almost 1-0. Yanshegu. Yeni Gabon. Yabo 1-1. Yeni. Yes. Yes. 1 goal. Yeni Comoros. Yes. 2. You concede 3. Yeni Nigeria. I say Yanshegu.
Okay.
So far from AFCON, but now 4 games in Abono.
Goal scoring
a problem. Yansheg 3.
But I am conceding in our last game.
Yan conceding.
No concentration more no see a bishop go.
Say bet me a qualifier. We need to score to qualify.
Okay, Mamefa we Makofi. Govi.
Yes.
May I show us what in the question now Busano or say in such games you need to score. And Ocean and also Nema will stand a chance of qualifying. Over games I have won recently so it looks like go share a problem even though you share 1 against Gabon you share 2 against Comoros but last game boy which air Friday against Nigeria no yentimi anhye go whilst ye can about Nigeria attack Osimhen Moses Simon Chikwueze their defense Troy Sekon ene Balogun ekwa be ne befa so a ye betimi ahye saa go na Kofi Riki ebisa no to get qualification to Qatar 2020.
Midday, for the question, no. Now we know better say you're starting from a totally different angle because especially the previous games now they had different players and they have different management. Now the first game in Kumasi, I know the Otuado for a European coach, he's going to approach the game different because the conditions are created the first game, Ghana were the underdogs, almost surprising Nigeria. Nigeria never expected say Ghana be body on boy. They never expected that. Now the second game, it will be very difficult for any coach to predict. Otuado and the technical team, they know what will happen on the training ground. Nigeria will change formation. Even if they don't change formation, they will change the system within the formation because they have to. Oman change and also they will be under a lot of problems. Now, the advantage Kita as a country at the moment, Mohamed Kudus, Thomas Partey, and Idris Baba. So you be winning game now. A Jinasan conform in some way. So now, Osha the Kudus in terms of with Mikita Bono between 3 to 5 seconds, close control, out of space, switch play on different sides. Crucial for your wingers as well because the longer the ball stays with the midfielders. Now Nigeria will have to also make a decision. Say if Kudus need Partey and Partey this time, we are hoping that Obembe resume the game to at least the Arsenal level, even 80% close to that. Kudus maintains the performance. Baba Idrisu maintains that defensive midfield defensive discipline. Whatever for so Nigerian offensive wingers, with the Lukman and the.
Hello. Well, I'm say Kufila no. Okay, we're back. Okay. Kofi yetio
without hello, Mbajomo Timene.
Ayeto ne pa. Hello, Kofi. Hello. Okay. Mama say Fatao.
Wow.
Okay. Obetimi atoa question is what they am you better than yet me go against Nigeria.
Well, I'm say my share game and I say my ball at most of the time, over the team be able match. Only top man, only striker. Almost share goals. Ebia omo wing backs no et look a cut back. Ma omunya more men of the move for the square echo finish. And I say omutimenya go within set pieces. This time I believe say was a top man striker. This is first say was Samoja, let me say Samoja top striker and so with my show go. About penny players now coaching any system of person born in go. System of person born in go. This will be a mobile. No say Barcelona like depending the coaching person mobile. And the same system now ball and the same place you saw your qua. Yeah, per se go. I'm say increase character no ni I'm say determination no. I know I'm say and create chances. Mo show say coaches no e betimi apology on that. Sometimes only team bona team shego a e bia wetima go e was set piece no. Until the only say you try say you consider na you chance na to get a chance no we shego one create chance we that she want to be shego. Okay. So bobo say na be betima create chance na it ma share. And very important. Okay. So create chance ni bia say be share no high. But yan create a be say be share.
Okay. My name is Kofi Ababaka. Kofi Utimenka.
Michunga sese.
Okay, all right. It's baby I know what do na oka the influence of wow. Akabeti me lower ina maya obeti enka. Hello. Aha. now what do Kudus, how influential Kudus here to your chances of creating chances? I bet me Eddie Ashego into what was so hamaye.
It, you know, in terms of the Kudus, you know, I'm moving my Kudus more this time. So which means the responsibility to control the midfield, no, it will fall on the other midfielders now, coach in the bono. If it decides to be called whichever, but in my coaching way, I would suggest encore a very strong flat 4-3-3 with the same midfield three, Baba, Kudus, and then Pate. They under Kudus. Kudus has got the control. What we want to do is say, as a Lion Eka about creating chances. Nigeria, they are going to have the motivation. The fans are behind them, so it's going to help the attacking play. There's going to be a lot of pressure on your game, you know, on our defense. If the midfield ultimately control ball now, then our fullbacks now can pick spaces high up the pitch. Then you bought the two wingers, you know. After that, I don't know how the injury, you know, is working out, but it's Oyerepa with what Fatau Isaku did. And if you play the same system, I know a lot of people are not really too into Jordan, but Jordan gives something different. But if the coach decides to go, my main concern is the midfield today, you know, Omu job very well in terms of moving the ball very well, very quick. Omu move it across a move Nigerians now. The Nigerian forward players, they will have to drop to deal with our midfield. And you know, when they drop in the foot, our centre backs now, they have spaces to play. And then now we are coming to the construction stage. We get to creating the chances. So we force their midfielders now to drop very close to our centre backs. All because our midfield, Kudus, Pate, Idris, or whatever comes in, if Edmond is fit now, whatever comes in now, the objective is keep the ball. Even under pressure, we keep the ball, we switch. We want their forward players to start making runs 40 to 50 yards to our goal, or 20, 30 yards to our 18. With that one, with our recovery runs, we can easily come back in, defend very well, and eventually, to make control crowd, you know, Nigeria crowd, you know, we're passing. And my advice to the coaches will be, first 15 minutes, let us try to beat the press. We have the players to beat the Nigerian press. Keep the ball. Let's not attack too much. We only need one goal. Almost equalizer, we are still on. So for me, the midfield will have to continue what the midfield did. And when the chance is nearby, because when the midfield controls the football, the fullback they push up with the front three, and then suddenly you have 6 offensive players with 3 sitting players in defensive zone, 1 defensive midfielder, 2 centre back, fullbacks very high. Kudus and Pate, 1 joins the attack, or you can even have 2 to join the attack. And in that case, you might isolate Nigeria to have 1v3 against our back 3. Worst case scenario, 1v2. They sandwich him in between. So as soon as the ball is lost, because our fullbacks 8 when him as midfielders 8 make it a ball any longer, Nigeria cannot press with numbers because your fullbacks their wingers will have to now come with our fullbacks, and our forward wingers, they will have to deal with the Nigerian fullbacks, and our 10 and our 9, they will engage in between the space between the centre backs and Nigeria's defensive midfield. So they will operate in between the lines. So centre back, they will not know whether to come in. The ball has to go ahead. And it all comes from their ability to control the play in possession. And it has to be in the defensive midfield. If Yentimia and Enua, it's going to be a very difficult game. Yentimia control ball because they have all the momentum. They will fill the stadium with about 30,000-40,000 people. Almost the pressure, no, every 2 years, so almost fullbacks bomb forward. With our fullbacks now, Kudus becomes ineffective. Every higher game. Okay. So we must be brave, we must be bold. Jiku and Wade can play from the back. So yeah, midfield should control the game.
Okay. If you ever say whilst you're on the show, meaning we will question me now.
What I saw about Walakot on Friday near said now modern day football keepers play very key role in initiating attack. But Walakot looks very slow anytime he catches the ball in terms of distributing. The ball also at point time we say the Monana supporters no even I say release the ball or ball that is 1, 2. What I call distribution is a wonder for my I say or keke throughout the 90 minutes. One keke am farmer. You Ghana play your
also locate you.
Yes, or be an engineer for Alpha Bono. So wonder for my Lion looks like Wallacott kicking. Wonder for my long kicking no problem too. Distribution or cheap now. It looks like on slow. It's meaning such situation like as a goalkeeper. Would you say what that to the highest level work up in now? Like what have we seen about this Wallacott? I don't care about Wallacott.
Well, I'm saying that's the question. Goalkeeper, coach, you know, say no, unya bonya abutre. I was start build up no. And I say unya your top man, unya bomano. No uncle, and I say unya manuko right wing and left wing back. And oh, say kiki go kicker. There were two things. I say kiki they am pass. And now bo atum na attackers in a fight war different thing. And they said they sure say ABR a roa coaching a diamano. But one thing about goalkeeping itself, so that go now uchi ball be deal ebe shows are the first thing about top. So when you 1 against 1, 2 against 1, your strikers be also on 1 or 2 defenders crowd to me 1 man or 2 na Adam for the snabber ababe joining. Until we share no first. And I can say, ABR, a Rua, coach in the manu, say, ABR, Unya Bona, Abutre, then starting from which building call. And today, I will say, was slow game no down. About kicking ideas, and I can say, wait my kicking from goal kick, I'm a pass, and I say, oh, bo, atum, na, or my fight you anymore. Until a different scenario. I say, ABR, coach in the man, shall say, on coming game, and I say, on one, I didn't pay. It is on one, I didn't pay, coach, a man, say, on your side, definitely they will talk to him, say, there. Obesa in other way no nka sabuna ebia okwa we a obeye but me sure say bia komase so rule omodi man say onye say yes so a mo sure omodi be ka obesa no.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
You'll be able to send a last question.
General question will be able to make a pick starting from coach against Nigeria in Abuja. What is the right strategy they think is it be good for Ghana going into this game?
Okay, coach.
Well, I think Kofi Kra at least we are taking you through that facing. It's an away game, and now Nigeria they would try some press, even for in our first state. My space like in the first half. I say in the first half you could see say now my so need me build it from the back no easily. It me call and then second half change now started some na four started born in 3 so both him but still he wanted to start from the back. So I'm expecting say the same second half approach and no more the
okay.
But then as I say and then we try to play our normal game. Say in Russia, like say you be hit anyhow, they are more under pressure. They need to score. At least a 0-0 cross. So another opportunity. But with Nigeria, fans no name numbers. It's likely say they will push more men. Say and then space to do that. Yeah. So the back line, back four, and then he was talking about the train in middle. Because they played well, and then you will be a whole with very good defensive idea in Bamba Idrisu, Partey very influential, so also back from behind are very dangerous, and then so it's like the three, but maybe the center no, any more train no, the center no, we need somebody more bulky who can hold the because as I say more 2 center backs no to join in the attack. Anytime or more possession. Your wingers, no, they're still your very fast wingers, your options be on them. So that 4-3-3, no, I think will still help us. Even without the ball, no, the 2 can also draw back and 5 in the middle. So for me, I think the approach, no, still we should go with the 4-3-3 like Yekowahan. But then, no, the center man, no. I just answer Tembia, you better go to the flanks, no. Yeah, only option, cut back. And now say a friend is saying, Obi be drop to receive the ball, and then all the receive you still have 3-4 people to still go in there. And only at the me feel a high, but we should be very patient. Let's hold the ball, let's play, and Nigeria and then you were very fast players, counter attacking players from the France in also or the same, very fast. So anytime Bia you win the ball in the middle,
we should be fast.
The counter attacking.
We go last question.
Last one, quick one. Game near Friday, no. This is a general one. Set pieces in your better 1,000. Free kicks in your now. You were set piece specialist. Who is also a game controller in Kufichere. And you have a lot of inexperience and immaturity on a part of Ishaku and Afnejan. Who does a ball no more ball? But you do baby, not choose a con and a balogun. And the experience I had. Now, see, Besha goes where these are the fours Ishaku, then Afnejan. And then beat me. Number 2, because you win a lot of free kicks, you know, and set pieces, you know. You bet here Kufichere. Because the set pieces now near Bonin, virtually all of them were poor.
And my main fan, another Kofi. Kofi Granton. Hello, Kofi.
So you're fully fit there.
Hello.
With more defensive Vadino, and I think said they should be our first option.
Okay. And coach, you qualify.
Oh, I see that in this. You're betting my qualify.
Okay. But for last word,
I'm just praying. Say, you bet me. I hold you. I'm making sure say, Omunya and early goal, and early goal. I'm not talking about the first 5 minutes. I'm talking about the first 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay.
Because if they do, then coach will have it affect the game plan. It almost one here throw everything out of gear.
Okay.
And then a bit my higher part because then a big ginger crowd, you know, and they will charge and the players will respond to it. And one here,
the early goal is very important.
And I'm just praying and hoping say. Omunya and early goal. And one in itself, no so as the game traverse, now goes Nemano. And what the potential say, the pressure to the supporters and so, and in effect the supporters be transfers our pressure no, and the other players and so. Then Ghana, no say relax and we can take advantage of it.
Okay.
It is a game that is going to be very crazy.
When you know who your qualification, say never qualify.
I still think it is the same as. I had in 50-50 any of the two countries can qualify.
Dagito, last night you call her about for.
Yeah, very key say. Means the coach actually our board up with Baba Idris, you know, affected our progression. We say you would have been na Baba Idris trip to know in the three back. And he said Baba Idris okwana then Nessa Martin sorry party have to come deep. Kudus come deep. And some of us are now say attacking beyond the space between Omone and Fenejano, no too wide.
Okay.
And I hope today, coaches, yes, a away game, but if you're a game that you make qualify, yes, you go. Unless you see a goal, let's do a couple penalties.
Okay.
But see a go quadia. So I put up an name, Baba Dusu, a 2 number 3 back. I think we have to look at because they are Nigerians. No. What they will do is that still no go to see him. Here Nacho will come back and play with some 2 for this no. To be 3. So and we see him there's no way I think that Juku and Amate are okay for him. They can handle him.
Coach,
I am physical coach no here.
Coach, yeah, that's for your time. I'm shall pass here to answer for by. Bafo, that's a Siasia and Afis Ricky. Clementino, Yamfa Abuafo no Nafi, Yana Source and News no Emra.
UK Spine Clinic medical culture so krom hadie sa wo kon akwanhye bia wanya say accident anase moto una na africhia ekowie ewo ni nyina mu no ahojo opposite Semas Hotel amenka wo say stroke sciatic pains wo de ko ho na afi watimi ahwewo ho beto na ahode no aba 0241 3252 52 aperitivo bitters anapai wuti bitters na de ba otirim nsa eyensa menso menum nsa nemum wadaroma enyensa ye ne sa emo liver no by kidney no na afei emo mantimi NTB ni o system no entini no moja ntimi ni afosani eye to modern call airport on about opposite Jofa restaurant 0547747338 mu amu ochikrom no ma won so ma sha se edi ho adanse sa inte ye faith homeopathic clinic adanse die ne doso ba ko nso ba ye na nani gaza de bia no pruzio sa Dr. Kra no ayara je se emfa ni nyina mu no wo koye no ene akra ne hu na ni hu na de a ne ma me ede ho adanse die eko ye faith homeopathic clinic kokwa enu na de be ma wo no ipa cho fagu anum na tafre en mene na je se ni nyina mu no eya nwanwade 3 days